Okay.
Francis! Perfect. Francis!
Just a second, sir. Ralph, make sure everything's okay in the pomegranate room.
Come here, Francis.
Sir?
How many more years of your apprenticeships do you have, Francis?
Truly 5 years, which is as long.
Francis!
Just a second, sir.
5 years. Wow, that's a long time to be clinking beer mugs. But Francis, are you brave enough to play the coward in your contract, to flash it with your heels as you run away?
Oh, Lord, sir, I swear on a stack of Bibles that I'd love to be able to.
Francis!
Just a second, sir.
How old art thou, Francis?
Let's see. At the end of next September, I'll be...
Francis!
Just a second, sir. Wait here a moment, my lord.
No, listen to me, Francis. The sugar you gave me was worthy about a penny, right?
Oh, Lord, I wish I could have given you 2 pennies worth.
I'll give you £1,000 for it. Ask for it whenever you want it, and it's yours. Francis!
Just a second.
You want it in a second, Francis? No, Francis. Maybe tomorrow, Francis, or Thursday, Francis, whenever you want it. But Francis,
Sir?
are you ready to rob this man? This man with his leather jacket, fashionably crystal buttons, short hair, and gate sighting ring, dark stockings, ribbon garters, oily speech, Spanish leather pouch?
Oh, sir, who are you talking about?
Well then, it looks like Brown Bastard will continue to be your only drink. Because listen, Francis, your white canvas shirt will get stained out there. Even in North America, sir, you won't get so much.
Excuse me?
Francis! Get going, you good-for-nothing. Can't you hear people calling you? I've been too calm and even-tempered, unwilling to react angrily to these indignities. You have discovered this, and so you've walked all over my patience. Know this. From now on, I'm going to be my royal self again, powerful and frightening. My natural condition, which was as smooth as oil and as soft as feathers, has lost me the respect that powerful people only pay to the similarly powerful.
My lord, the Percy family does not deserve to bear the brunt of your anger and power, especially since we helped you become so powerful in the first place. Your Highness!
Worcester, get out. I see danger and disobedience in your eyes. You carry yourself too boldly and proudly, and royalty should never have to endure a servant's frowning face. You have my permission to leave now. When I need your advice, I'll call for you. Northumberland, you were about to speak?
Yes, my lord. The prisoners you asked for, which my son Harry Percy captured at Holmedden, were not kept from you in anger. He's already told you that. Whoever told you my son meant to defy you was either mistaken or trying to make trouble. He's done nothing wrong. Sir, I don't hold back any prisoners, but I remember this. When the battle ended, I was exhausted with rage and exertion. I was out of breath, dizzy, and bent over. All of a sudden, a man approached me, neat, clean, and tidily dressed, like a bridegroom. His beard was freshly shaven, like a newly plowed. Sorry. He wore fancy cologne and carried a perfume box, which he kept raising to his nose as he smiled and talked on. Whenever soldiers walked past wearing dead bodies, he called them rude hoodlums for bringing a foul, disgusting corpse within breathing distance of him. He interrogated me with his fancy language and demanded that I give him my prisoners to be taken on your behalf. There I was, with the cold aggravating all my wounds, being pestered by this idiot. In my grief and impatience, I gave him some kind of answer. I don't even remember what I said. He could take them or he couldn't.
But still, won't turn over his prisoners unless he can add these stipulations and expectations. He wants me, at my own cost, to pay ransom for his brother-in-law. The foolish Mortimer, a man who, on my life, willingly betrayed his own men, whom he had led in fighting against the great magician, the damned Glendover. And now we hear that Mortimer has married Glendover's daughter? Should the treasury be emptied to ransom a traitor? Should I pay for treason and bargain for a coward when it was Mortimer who lost himself? No. Let him starve in the wilderness. No man who asks me to spend 1 penny on the traitor Mortimer can ever be a friend of mine.
That traitor Mortimer, he never faltered, my lord, except through an accident of war. I'll prove it by speaking about the many wounds he heroically suffered when he spent an hour in brutal hand-to-hand combat against Glendower on the grassy banks of the Severn River. They broke 3 times from fighting, and they drank 3 times from the Severn. The river itself was frightened by their horrible looks. Its water became discolored with the blood of these brave fighters, and the Severn ran off, as if to hide itself in the weeds on its banks. Treachery has never used deadly wounds to cover its operations, and Mortimer could never have willingly suffered so many injuries. Do not let him be slandered by calling him a traitor.
You speak wrongfully about him, Percy. You speak wrongly. He never fought Glendover. I tell you, he would just as soon dare to meet the devil himself as fight Glendover. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? Don't you ever let me hear you speak of Mortimer again. Send me your prisoners as quickly as possible, or you'll hear about it from me, and you won't like what I have to say. Northumberland, I give you and your son permission to leave now. Send your prisoners, or you'll hear about it.